What's up, homies? It's Stavansky here. We're back with another episode of our Road to 1.0. In the last episode, we actually made a giant factory here. As you can see, we got plenty of resources set up. Plenty of resources. Like a lot, like plenty. So we're good for a while. That should get us through some tiers. And when I say some tiers, I mean like all these tiers, baby. We can pretty much fly through tier 1 and tier 2. So today, as you can see, we got our notes figured out over here on the right hand side of the screen. We got Road to 1.0 episode 2, and we have our objectives here. Today we're gonna take a look at the MAM. Oh, before I get too far into what we're gonna do today, I do want to talk about something I did off screen. Is this little setup here. It's actually just a biofuel setup, so I put leaves in here. They turn into biomass. They kind of store into this storage queue here, and they turn into solid biofuel. And we get a lot of solid biofuel. So that's nice. It just automates that process for us. And as you can see, we have some generators here that are out of fuel, so let's do something about that real quick. I could probably just top all these off, to be honest. Like so, leave that one like that, that's fine. We won't be using biomass for very much longer, so it'll be alright. Alright, we got plenty of resources here. Now we can get going through some tiers. Yeah. Get the MAM unlocked.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based
Where
on
do we want
samples
to put
collected
this?
in the field.
Put it over here.
To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons. Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
So yeah,
The
we
map
unlock
has
them.
been unlocked.
Oh. Oh, we got the map. That's really nice. So if you press M, I think is the default key, you can open the map. And you can add markers. Really nice. You can change the icons and colors of the icons as well. Change how big they are, the view distance, all that. The name. Awesome. Also, I believe in this update, when you scan for resources, yeah, they show up on your map, so you can see the purity without like having to run. Let's take this one for example. See, that's pure. We don't have to go all the way over there to just see that it's pure. We can just scan and look at the map, so that's nice. Alright, so now that we got the MAM unlocked, I think I want to go look for some hard drives. As you can see, that's one of our objectives. We already got one objective done. Now let's go do our other objective here. I'm just gonna kind of wander around, and when you look for hard drives, you should always make sure you have enough resources to make at least 2 biomass burners, some basic power. Sometimes you need other resources to open the pods, but we're just gonna try and avoid those ones right now. We're just gonna try and get a couple hard drives just to get a couple recipes so I can show you guys what the hard drives do. If you're ever out here and you find one of these guys or one of those guys, find one of those guys, just kill it because they're loud and annoying. They're kind of buggy and experimental right now. I don't think they like track you correctly. But yeah, if you find a slug, pick it up.
This
Well,
semi-slug seems to emit unfamiliar energy readings which could potentially be retrofitted into Fixit technology. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
aha! We found one. Hopefully we can crack this bad boy open. Yeah, if you find one of these, they have hard drives in them. Hard drives give you alternate recipes. They just make your factories more efficient, easier. Let's just kill this guy so he's not causing a ruckus. Is he dead? Nope. He's got a lot of health, huh? There we go. Nice, dude. See, it needs one modular frame. We don't know how to make those yet. Sometimes there can be some of that resource around the drop pod. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I got interrupted. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think there's any modular frames around here, so we can't really do much of anything with this drop pod. So, 'tis a shame. 'Tis shame. But I'll see you guys when I find another one, alright? Another slug. You can't get me, baby. I'm out of here. Alright, so we're back, and I think I've come to a conclusion that it was kind of silly of me to think that we should get 2 hard drives right now, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I've been searching for a little bit, and I still haven't found one that I can open. So I think we're just gonna pass up on that. We can't actually do this right now. Alright, well, let's do this so I can show you how this kind of works. MAM, you basically research a bunch of different things in the MAM, different technology. But with the power slugs, you can get power shards, which if we research this, we can eventually unlock
New recipe unlocked.
overclock production. And that allows us to overclock and underclock our machines.
New research available in the MAM.
Thanks, Ada. Thanks, Ada. And, yeah, what was I saying? Thanks, Ada. Now I don't know. Now I don't remember what I was saying. Yes, power slugs. Power slugs turn into power shards. Power shards allow you to overclock your machine. Once we unlock it, we can also underclock our machine in this panel right here. So that'll be neat and just makes your factories that much more efficient, which is amazing. So you can see our next objective is to create a reinforced iron plate factory, which is something we haven't made yet. I actually made a couple of them just so that we could get through the tiers here. We've actually completely completed tier 1 once we did the MAM at the beginning of the episode. And now we'll go through and we can actually just... We can't do this yet. We haven't made rotors yet. That will be in the next episode. So yeah, let's just get all this stuff and let's blow through this. I forgot we had to wait for the pod to come back. No. Alright, that's fine. In the meantime, we can actually talk about assembler here. Which we can't make because we even can't make rotors yet. I believe we can now. So, iron rods and screws are all everyone's favorite. Yay. Let's just make some of these. Alright, stop. Before we go any further, I'd like to take some time to go over some little basic tips here to make playing this game just a little bit easier. Alright? So the first thing is, when you're placing foundations, you can press E, first of all, to switch the foundation. So you can go to all 3 types of heights. And you can also press R, and it'll change the zoop mode. And what zoop is, This basically means you can build multiple platforms at once, up to 10 at a time. Beautiful, amazing. You can also do it vertically. I don't know why you'd want to do these vertically, but you can. So that's awesome. Another thing I'd like to tell you is the hotbar. You can actually rebind anything down there in the bottom of the screen just by pressing your build menu here. I'll show you an example here. So we can, if I press 3, it'll bind whatever I'm hovering over on whatever key I press. So that's amazing. And if you hold Alt and use your scroll wheel, you can change your hotbars. You can have up to 10 different hotbars. And you can customize these how you want. The game also features a search bar, which you can basically search anything you want in the game. Or you can get any iron plate, anything that you really want, any item in the game. But it also acts as a calculator. So if you need to do some quick math, you can just press N, that I believe is the default key, and you can use that as a calculator while you're making your factories. Make everything a little bit easier. Also, pressing H holsters your tool, so you'll have nothing in your hand if you press H. There's also a flashlight. Press B, turns it on and off. We've also got an emote wheel here. If you hold T, you can use any of these emotes. That's cool. We've also got a neat photo mode, which allows you to take high-res photos, better field of view. You can zoom it in and out. Press the middle mouse button, it'll hide the UI. This is just great for people who just love to capture the artwork and the beauty of games. That's pressing P, by the way. You can press P to toggle it off as well. The pod has finally returned, which means we can research Mark II belts. It's amazing. Get that done real quick. Let Ada talk, do her thing. Come on, Ada.
Milestone reached. Improved versions of conveyor belts and conveyor lifts are now accessible. To encourage additional verticality, conveyor poles now have a stackable variant.
Yeah, so now we can stack conveyor belts. Obviously we could lift them before, but now we can lift them even better with the Mark II, which does twice the amount of resources per minute. And that's going to help us make our reinforced plate factory, which I'm going to be showing on screen right now. And if I pull this up here, I can actually go straight into our notes, go to our build menu actually, and I can put in what we need. So we're going to need 8 smelters, 4 assemblers, and 16 constructors. This is going to be a reinforced iron plate farm that makes how many per minute? 20 per minute, I believe. Yes, 20 reinforced plates per minute, so that's great. That's amazing for starting out. That'll get us really far. As you can see, we pretty much have all the resources we need to create this thing. We just need to basically make a structure. I have 2 pure iron nodes over there that we're going to use for this farm. And this is going to be perfect. It's right here next to our other starter farm, so it's all kind of in one area. I'll just show you these real quick. So these are... There's actually another pure one over there, but it has that big rock on it, and we can't really do anything about that right now, so we're just going to use these 2. There's actually a third one over there, but really... Oh, wait. Okay, so there's 2 more over there. So yeah, we'll just use these 2 for the reinforced plates, and that will be plenty for now. So another little tip when you're placing your miners, you can actually get them on the foundations if you're able to place the foundation low enough to the ground. I believe we are here. rid of this thing sticking out because they won't let you place the miners down if they're sticking out. Another general tip is when you're placing foundations, if you hold control, it'll snap to the world grid. And this is useful for when you want to like line all your factories up around the map, because trust me, it's gonna get hectic. Alright, so we got our first two miners set up here, and they're going, each one goes into 4 different smelters here, as you can see. One travels into here, and this one continues the manifold setup and evenly distributes them to these 4 smelters. And the same with this miner as well. Comes up using our first conveyor lift here. Very nice. Comes through here and it splits into these 4. These all do iron ingots. So now we need to do a little bit of math before we start putting our constructors in, and that's because we want all of this to be the perfect amount. And in order for our iron rod portion of the factory to be sufficient, we need 60 per minute. So only 2 of these smelters will go to iron rods. The rest of these 6 will go to iron plate constructors. Need more reinforced plates so I can make more reinforced plates. Yes? Hang on, let me find it. Where's it at? No. I love this game. Jokes aside, I really do love this game. Now we got our 4 constructors here that are all gonna do iron rods. These are all being fueled or filled, I guess, a better word, by these 2 smelters here. They combine here and they split amongst those to do iron rods, and all these iron rod constructors are purely for iron screws. So after this, these 4 constructors will combine into 6 other constructors that'll make screws. So yeah, I guess I'll get cracking on that part. Yeah, just like that, we have 6 constructors now being filled with 4 constructors making rods, and all 6 of these constructors are making screws. So basically all we really need to do, now we just need to do the iron plate portion. So these 6 smelters, and one thing here I noticed is that we only have Mark II belts, which only do 120 per minute, and we technically need 240 iron plates per minute. So we had to split this into 2. So we actually have a 120 here and a 120 here. And I think what I'll do is I will just put lifts in, and these will just go straight up. And we'll have a separate floor for the iron plate portion of the factory. So yeah, I'll get started on that. Alright, so above here we have got 6 constructors doing iron plates. And if I just take a foundation out here, you can see all I did was just bring a conveyor belt up. We don't have conveyor holes yet, so we just had to clip them through. It's fine. It is what it is. We just patch that back up. Patch that back up with the right foundation. So now all we really need to do is take these iron plates from up here and the screws from down there and put them into 4 assemblers, and those will make the reinforced plates. So yeah, let's do that part now. Real quick, if you guys are wondering how you get rid of trees with this bad boy, chainsaw, you just put it in one of your hand slots and you make sure you have some of this stuff, solid biofuel. You go up to a tree and you just fucking let it rip, baby. Alright guys, as you can see here, I got the assemblers set up, and it's got a little tricky, a little tight, but we were able to squeeze everything into here in this little tiny space, so this is real nice. We basically just got the iron plates coming down on a conveyor belt. They all do their splitting above, just come straight down, feed into the assemblers. And then we got our screws. I did mess up the math earlier in the video when I was saying 240. It was like 90 screw. I was wrong, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, we have 3 screw constructors each going into 2 assemblers. So these 3 combine and they chain around and they split, go into these assemblers right there. And the same thing on the other side as well. They just come around and do this. This is yeah, this is about as tight as it's gonna get right now with the little like building resources we have right now. It's so low level. So you know, all we need to do is get it powered, really. And this bad boy is gonna take 156 megawatts of power, so we're gonna go. I definitely don't think we have enough for that. Yeah, we definitely don't. We could add a few more biofuel generators, and that should be enough to get that farm going. Let's do that real quick. So there we go. We added 4 more biofuel generators here. That should be plenty to get us going through probably this factory and the rotor factory as well in the next episode. All we really need to do now is find a way to get the power going over there. Let's get that done real quick. And we are back, guys. We got power to all the machines. Everything's looking good. We actually have just enough. I mean, it's more than enough power, but it's not as much as I would like. But it's enough to get us this farm. And as you can see, we've got reinforced plates being cached. Amazing. So yeah, that's our episode 2 farm done. I keep saying farm, but really I mean factory, but you guys are gonna have to get used to that because I say farm. I don't know why, it's just I played a lot of survival games, it's always farm. I don't know. Even though this is a factory game, I will say farm more than I should. I'll try not to, but no promises, alright? So before we head out for this episode, I would like to do this resource sync program real quick. See, we've got enough stuff here. I'll let Ada explain what we just got, actually.
Milestone reached. You have been given early access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on exoplanets bonus program. Funneling parts into the awesome resource sink, depending on their amount and complexity, will grant you coupons in the awesome store, which can be exchanged for bonus rewards. Examples of bonus content are parts, walls, factory attachments, and cosmetics. Fixit is working hard to develop additional options, which will be added to the awesome store in the future. Go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
So yeah, as she just explained, we unlocked the awesome sink, which we can sink pretty much any resource into it. Each item has its own value, and you can find that on the wiki. I'll probably link that in the description if you want to check that out. But each item goes into the awesome sink, and it gives you a certain amount of coupon points, and you earn these little coupons that you spend in this shop here. And as well as like fun little statues you can unlock, as well as a cart. You can just buy parts with tickets. I don't ever recommend doing this. This is not what you want to use your tickets for at all. You can buy a coffee cup, which is always fun. Everyone loves coffee. You can also unlock different like materials for your foundations and your walls, and different foundations, pillars and stuff like that. This is also where you unlock windows and stuff like that. So as you can see here, we could have used these in our farm today. That would have been nice. Got conveyor walls. These will be cool to add to the factories, as well as doorways and windows. So yeah, I think in our next episode we will probably off camera while between these episodes I'll probably sink some resources and bring some coops here to spend at the shop, and in our next episode we'll check out the rotors and probably look into the space elevator, since we definitely have enough resources to make that now. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.